Alright, what's up everybody out there? How y'all doing? Hope you guys are doing alright. So, Aaron here with another deck profile. Now of course, yeah, it's still gonna, with every method I have made making any type of deck, even if it's the same deck, and I have different ways of making it, I'm just willing to show you guys how I make them. Even if it's the same exact deck, I really don't care. If you guys have a problem with it, sorry, but yeah, I'm just going to show you guys every single method I have done, even if it's the same exact deck, almost the same exact cards of the deck, but of course, a little different. So, again, here we go. So yeah, what I mean by that is, okay, yeah, so it's King of the Swamps once again. Every method I have developed of making the deck, I'm just willing to show you guys, like I just said. So yeah, possibly almost the same exact deck. So yeah, same exact cards, except it's a little different. Now how I made this one, it's pure King of the Skull 7. It's nothing but zombies. There is no Light Sworn to it. There's no Light Sworn to it. Like the Light Sworn method, yeah, that was a Light Sworn method. So yeah, another King of the Skull 7 deck that I made, except I was using a bit of the Light Sworns. This one, it's not using the Light Sworns. It's just pure. And there are some trap cards. Like you saw the one before, there were no trap cards. This one, there is going to be some trap cards. And it's to help you develop, making your King of Skull Servants a bit more powerful. And it can help you a bit with saving yourself. Of what I mean, this is what I mean by the trap cards. Alright, so King of the Skull Servants, remember, this deck requires based on King of the Skull Servant. So yeah, King of the Skull Servant, your main boss monster of the deck, which is, yes, just a level 1 monster. For every King of Skull Servant, or mention as King of Skull Servant in your, for how many you have in your graveyard, times 1000 the attack of King of Skull Servants will be. If it is destroyed by battle, then what you can do is remove from play a Skull Servant, bring it right back, revive it right back. If it is destroyed, if it's destroyed by a card effect, well then it just can't revive itself right back. King of the Skull Servant. Times 1000 for how many King of Skull Servants that are in your graveyard. Now remember also, of course, we already know the regular Skull Servant you're going to need. So yeah, a Skull Servant. Now here's the thing. With the other monsters that you have in the deck are mentioned as Skull Servant, even if they're not Skull Servant. So we already know the regular Skull Servant. So let's go with White Baking. White Baking. As long as you have a zombie on the field. So yeah, first it becomes Skull Servant while it's in the graveyard. You have a level 3 or lower monster. Will be destroyed by battle. You can send away White Baking from your hand. Keep it alive from being destroyed by battle or by card effect. Then you get 2 cards that are mentioned as King of the Skull Servant or mentioned as Skull Servant. Get it to your hand, and then out of the 2, one must be sent to the graveyard. This is when it's going to be the combo when you're going to want to use. I'll show you in a bit. Alright, so before White Bacon. So White Bacon I'll show you first. This is a new one that came out. It is the, like I showed you before, White Lord. White Lord is very, very interesting. It becomes Skull Servant while it's in the graveyard. Okay, what White Lord does, for how many Skull Servants or King of the Skull Servants you have in your graveyard, you could send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Then you're gonna mill the cards up to the number that you have of King of Skull Servants or mention as King of Skull Servant from your deck. Send them. You're gonna send that many. So if you had 3 Skull Servants and you threw away White Lord, you're gonna mill 3 cards. So this is gonna help you get some Skull Servants in your graveyard. The other effect I love about it is that it's almost like a Mizuki. Remember, Mizuki, remove from play, special summon a zombie. Remove from play, special summon a King of Skull Servant. So it's almost like you have 6 Mizukis. That's what's interesting about it. That's White Lord. Then there's the White Prince. When it is sent to the graveyard, from the field or from your graveyard to the from your deck to the graveyard, you're gonna send away a Skull Servant and a Lady in White into the graveyard. That counts as 3 Skull Servants already for you if you're gonna have your King of Skull Servant. Now what's gonna help you send the White Prince is your White Princess. The White Princess, summon it. It is allowed to you summon away from your deck to the graveyard a White Prince, and then with White Prince, like I just showed you, from the deck, from your hand, or on the field. My mistake. White Prince. It would send away White Prince. Then you send away a Skull Servant or Lady in White. So send those 2. So you send away 3 Skull Servants automatically. And then White Princess is, you contribute this card from your field to the graveyard times 300 of what your opponent's monster or level monster. Times 300, less attack it will lose. Including yourself, but sometimes that doesn't matter because, yeah, if you have this out, white, and your King of Skull Servants, that's only 1. So only minus, just crazy. And then just White Mirror. And only White Mirror I would use. The other thing about the White Prince is that you can move from play White Prince and 2 Skull Servants to special summon a King of Skull Servants from your deck to the field. Hopefully that isn't going to affect you as much. And then, last but not least, of course, in zombies, you're going to want to play the Mizuki. Remove from play, special summon a zombie. Just like White Lord, it's 6 Mizukis that you have. Remove from play, special summon a King of Skull Servant. Remove from play, special summon a King of Skull Servant. It's the same exact thing. Except, Mizuki doesn't count for King of Skull Servants. I wish it did, but it doesn't. And yeah, that's it for our monsters. Alright, magic cards now. Always good to put in Forbidden Droplet. Forbidden Droplet, send as many other cards from your hand or from the field to the graveyard. Choose that many effect monsters your opponent controls. Negate it. And it cannot, they cannot apply to this card effect. Quick effect. So that's already, of course, yeah, if you have your White Prince or any monsters you have in your hand, you do not want them in your hand. You do not want to get Skull Servants in your hand. You do not want to get any of those cards in your hand. So Forbidden Droplet, hopefully that can help you send away cards that you do not want. You are using darks, so Alert Darkness, draw 2, remove 1, and yeah, that's what you want to do. You have some darks in here. Your darks that are the monsters that are not darks is your White Princess, Mizuki, and White Lord. Those are the only cards that are not dark. But imagine though, see? Twin Twisters are good to run in. Target, discard 1 card from your hand. So yeah, discard a card you do not want in your hand. Destroy 2 magical traps your opponent controls. So yeah, you are using cards that you're gonna help you, discard away. Card Destruction, very useful. Foolish Burial to send away Mizuki or the White Prince. 1 for 1. Of course, you're using level 1 monsters. Monster Reborn. And then, I believe I showed you guys on this one, but yeah, it's Opti Camouflage Armor. A level 1, equip it to a level 1 monster, it can attack directly. And then my trap cards. Okay, so first you go with Needlebug Nest. Needlebug Nest. Send the top 5 cards from your deck to the graveyard. That's what you're doing. Mill away. And then remember, if you milled away a White Prince, you're going to send away a couple more. You're going to send away a couple more zombies. Which is, yeah, you're going to send away the Skull Servant and of course, Lady in White. And then what I put in here is Destructive Drama Karma Cannon. Change as many monsters on the field as possible to face down defense position. Then if either player controls a face-up monsters, they must send all face-up monsters they control to the graveyard. This does not have to be when your opponent declares an attack. It can just be they summon activate Destructive Drama Karma Cannon. If they cannot, like I just said, as many monsters face up. So even if, of course, yeah, you cannot send Link monsters face down. I wish you could, but you cannot. But imagine that. Then, if either player controls monsters face up, defense position, they must send all to the graveyard. So yeah, this time it's just pure. You're going pure, and yeah, that's what I like about it. So yeah, even when it comes to white baking, and you do the effect, fine. Then get White Prince and King of Skull Servant. Remember, one must go away. Send away the White Prince. If you need to, of course, yeah, card destruction. Or when you do Allure Darkness and you draw your 2, maybe you do not have your 2, well then you send them away, but something that could possibly help you also. Remember, if you have no darks, alright, send them away. And then just, yeah. So yeah, you want some draw power, so Allure Darkness. It's not bad to run one. The Optic Camouflage Armor. Twin Twister's good. Of course, an MST, but destroy 2 instead. And then yeah, destroy send 1 away. Forbidden Droplet's good. The new one right here, White Lord. And yeah, the deck is cheap. It's not expensive. Well, might be expensive is, of course, yeah, possibly Destructive Karma Cannon, maybe, a bit pricey, not as much, and Forbidden Droplet possibly, but everything else, it's cheap. Maybe Mizuki might be pricey a bit, only because it's a popular zombie, maybe about $2 or $3 card, but other than that, everything's cheap. Cheap deck, it's very, very fun. I like it. Like I said, in every single deck I play for fun, and this is way fun also for using a zombie deck. If you end up playing a deck and you love zombies, try out King of Skull Servants. Very fun. When it came down to the start of Yu-Gi-Oh, this was the main actual zombie deck. And then just, yeah, a level 1 monster, and look how powerful it can be. Compared to other monsters that we know, or, of course, yeah, Synchro. Synchro summon, Link, but you have to do more plays than just summoning out a level 1 monster. I just swear. It's just a fun deck. I like it. Feel free to check it out for yourself. Maybe you want to make the deck, as like I just said. Maybe not. It's all up to you. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. A deck profile of a test hands. You'll see. I'll be speaking to y'all later. Peace.